So international market selection strategies. Before you try to identify your market, think of number of suitable market where your product could work. So then think about how you could serve each one. So no strategy is universally corrected. It all depends on the types of business you are in and its marketing environment. So base your strategy on the resources available and the life cycle phase your product has reached. So a wide variety of factors will determine your choice of strategy. So the main two factors we can consider the market concentration and the market strategy. So market concentration focus on a few select markets. This strategy will help you to consolidate your company's presence in these markets. So with the aim of securing constant sales growth. So what are the benefits through the market concentration? So you will gain in-depth knowledge of each market products, and we can say that the each market design or adapt your products to match. So costs are reduced across logistic management and operations management. So you can also dedicate more resources to market promotions. So you gain increased risk control of your international activities. So the international through the market concentration, we have to be focused, or we can say that we have to be consider the following factors like international demand in concentrated on a small number of markets with stable performances. The market has several potential customers, so your product has a long life cycle. So there is a strong competition. Your company is a small with limited resources. Your product needs to be adapted to suit a particular market taste. The market requires large promotional or communication channel investment. So there are a reduced logistic cost and management and selling monitoring. And through the market diversification, so introduce your product to as many market as possible. So perhaps with small shares in the majority of your market. So diversification indicates that to produce or sell more kinds of product to increase the variety of goods or services produced or offered by the something. So we can get the advantage through the market diversification, a possibility for rapid sale growth. You could sell at different prices and take advantage of the fluctuation in exchange rates. Risk diversification, and the global demand for your product or services is spread out across many markets with irregular behavior. So there is a reduced number of potential customers in the market. So your product has a long life cycle. So your competitive environment is stable and divided among the fewer companies. Your company is large with the abundant resources, and your products or services is standardized in all the markets. Following are the criteria for selecting international market. Environment and market analysis, analysis of the competition, distribution channels, demand analysis. So environment and market analysis put together a short list of countries that present a good concentration or a potential concentration of your target market. So analyze the what we have to be analyze the country's GDP growth, like including country's growth prospects for infrastructure and the demand for tourism products and all, and country risks like including political or social unrest, insecurity, and currency devaluations. Consider the factors like political factors, like including the degree of political intervention in business decisions, political and social stability, and a possible alliances or trade agreements with your country of origin. So other factors like including geographic proximity and the similarity to your sources market in terms of the business and social culture. And analysis of the competitions. To analyze your competition, you have to be identify your main competitors and describe them. Analyze their economic evolution and sales over the last 3 to 5 years. detect their distinguished factors like including prices, channels, market maturity, financial positions, development potentials, and plans or expansion strategies of their business. Distribution channels like track the supply chain of your product from its origin and its final customer. So develop your clear idea of the intermediate operators and their prices. Analyze the existing sales structure in the country and how this could be adopted to your product or services. So like there are possible distribution channels will be like international distribution from your own market, or a local distributor in the target market, your own commercial agents, and the subsidiary or delegated companies, and the creation of the joint venture with the local partners of that country. And the last criteria is demand analysis. So you will need to analyze the current and potential demand of your product in its source market, as well as its profile and expected evolution. So this should confirm that your pre-selection process was successful and that your chosen markets are suitable for your product. Like you will learn how best to design your subsequent marketing strategy based on the price, presentation, promotion, distribution, and so on. So that is the initial analysis is backed up for the further research in the market itself or through the intermediaries. So this will help you to assess whether your initial analysis was correct or not. And other than this, we have to be international market survey approach. International market research is a key piece of successful export planning. It is important to critically review and assess if the potential export destination is suitable for your product or service. So you need to determine if there is a market, if your product is competitive after determining the landed cost. So, and then the most cost effective and time efficient export strategy you have to be follow. Research process consists of the start by the collecting trade data to gauge a market size, look for where opportunities may exist, whether demand is increasing or decreasing, and if there is any competition. So then review the country and industry reports to assess market conditions, opportunities, and various challenges. So this will help you to decide which market represent the best opportunities and are worth the investment of additional resources. So through your you have to be do the survey of first you have to do the develop your research questions. So questions will be like how large your potential markets, what countries markets are currently buying products like yours, who are your competitors, from which countries do they come, and how large are they, what are the required standards, testing, and certifications, what duties, taxes, and other costs apply, what are the shipping cost and partner margins, what is the landed cost or total export prices. So if you are considering these things or for assessing the current market, it is equally important to conduct this market research as the conditions frequently changes. For example, there could be a different shipping cost, tariffs, or regulations affecting your business. So the goal of the market research is to learn about the largest markets and the fastest growing markets for your product, the market trends and outlook for your industry in that country, and the competitive landscape for your industry product is that country and the potentially in region. So the cost associated with the getting your product from your facility to customer is another country. So that is the landed cost. So any required product changes to comply with the destination country's regulations and standards. So step 2 is conduct research. So research are like through your primary market research and the secondary market research. Primary market research is information collected directly from the foreign marketplace through the interviews, surveys, and other direct contact with the representative and potential buyers. So the advantage of the primary market research is that you tailor it to your company's needs and specific questions. However, it can be time consuming and expensive and may not be comprehensive. So secondary market research is information obtained from the other sources such as trade statistics or reports for a country or a product. So this information tends to be very less expensive, and in some cases it is free. So the sources of the research can be like trade data, foreign import statistics, and surveys, and country specific researches and all. And third step is review potential market. For most small businesses, 3 to 5 foreign market are enough. So like initially, you may want to test one market and then move on the secondary markets as your experience level develops. So, additionally, it can be more cost effective to focus on the geographic regions rather than the markets scattered around the globe. So using the resources from your primary and secondary market research, evaluate the potential based on your research questions and the additional factors. So consistent market growth or the industry sector growth is the other country, like free trade agreements with the foreign countries, a specific region with the country to target instead of the whole country. Demand for your type of product or related product to gauge overall consumption trends, presence of local or other international competitors. And then last steps, you are going to develop your export plan. So once you have decided that your company is able to export and committed to it, so develop your export plan with the data and insights you found. So a customized export plan is a valuable strategic and operational tool for growing your export business. So you may conclude that your marketing resources would be applied more effectively to a few select countries. Exporting to a manageable number of the countries allows you to focus your resource without jeopardizing to your existing. So it takes time to build an international business, often months and sometimes years, to see a return on investment. So by committing to the return plan, you can help ensure that your company continues to work towards a long-term goals.